There was something in that lascivious nudity outspoken when I walked very wrong, Albert in place. I like to hear beach embodied solipsist, intoning the usually singing before orgasm, let death, making me in the mirror of two joint units. Feel me self-beach, seriously slutty, formally slutty, the real, conscious, in which Palatio is the work of an artist whose life is client in a kidnapping. Open your leg to get the hungry language of stronger angry, wet slippery, like a snake crawling, one longer than the other shorter, one of the more or less more. Arrive to be able to dissect the body, movement and various positions, change with pose, elegance and expertise. I dismember sweaty and drunk, very often tag on tag, cook after cook. This at last, in particular after 1000, has been known to me almost refed. The fucking sun symbol of the will. I could understand on all level, because it will rise when the expected halt drew to weather what before it was dormant, albeit present somewhere. I really liked something too, with that 30 years slut whose lascivious regurgitation had been given birth very soon, and which I had made abundant crop. Death and sex, my great companion of life, adorable, unfathomable, imprinted in the flesh, and yet another from it. Meat after meat, order after order, sentence after sentence, it reached a level of perfect objectivity, the one upon which you can build transcendence. Dissipated the hunger, the torment, and the private shame of all its clutter, you can really find yourself naked, sloth virgin, the virgin of the very slutty legs apart, waiting for the language to which the margin or way to your death, the abyss into which you will rejoin the nothing, and at the same time was able to suck from the many explosion, even with each liquid sperm, that energy that emerged from the black gap opened from for that brief moment of emptiness, and feed me, inspiring and exciting at the end of the passage. Virgin and war, everything and all but sexy, that as all had power, it had to also be the subject of consideration and careful evening. Cliched look and wide open recesses that draw from multiple episodes by watching in theater another sex mode. It was already there on those occasions that were certain atmosphere, music and male, I automatically brought to the oracular demonic state and sucked that, then that will erect even more greedy and pregnant, just like a beach. So how many times they told me how many times I like to hear Chrome Beach. Wonderful feeling to feel just made naked animal to the essence of the simplicity, glorifying the act, but in that simplicity was something that made me wince. A serious matter is sex, very serious, in which to engage, in which experiment, were advanced step by step. My favorite women were those both declaratory of herself, those who have not betrayed behind curtains, big sleuths exasperation that meets sobriety. Yes, because after a certain number of episodes, come a clinical vision at the same time, glossy, paradoxically, the one that marked the transition necessary to the superior quality. If in Italy, in my career of a saluted teenager already was only one that need to bond his probation with anyone, and it seemed blasphemous to conservatives poor human taste good, that it became scientifically bitch. Then it became, after scientifically bitch, suitable for any kind of revelation through objective synchronic, which with which even a blowjob could become a sacred expression of the art. I always became more wild, animal, blasphemous, yes, yet also increasingly sophisticated, clever, competent, could finally throw this path cleared by the sides of the compartment of what was sex, and enjoy it in a genuine way, original, animal, total. This feeling slapped when then came the perception of holiness and inflected me to ship in a holy slot, beautiful animal that full to love and light and reflection, was a matter for the majesty that often competed with the other two dimensions, the intellectual erratic and the sport agonistic warrior, and finally I found a way to merge into one another, and I found myself in an only life, slutty holy warrior philosopher. And it was like taking the elements, raffined it, dosed, mingle, and finally find that blasphemy with which I was wanting to fuck, to man, to woman, demon, and gods, had only one name, one essence, one nature, death. And that was exactly that what I was. And finally it seemed to me that from that moment was the beginning of an upward climb, apocalypse of abomination, in which transcendental chains would one day I found eternity.